Today we learn the governing of Pelton turbine. So first question arises, why there is a need of governing of Pelton turbine. So as we know, the load on the turbine that may increase or decrease, and due to this increase or decrease the load on the turbine, so there is a fluctuating speed that we can obtain on the generator, and as we know, generator will produce the electric power. So due to this fluctuating speed, it will produce the fluctuating voltage and frequency, and this fluctuating power can drop the performance of generator. So there is a need to control the variation in speed of generator or turbine, and this is where the governor function, and it maintains a uniform speed of turbine or generator, and an operation of regulating the speed of turbine is called governing mechanism or governing of the turbine. So first, the main components of the governor used for controlling the speed of Pelton turbines are, so here this is the main shaft of turbine that is connected with sleeve, and this sleeve is connected with the centrifugal governor. It has the fly ball and the pendulum, and here is a fulcrum, and this is the main lever. This is the bell crank lever that is connected with the help of cam roller, and this main lever that is connected with deflector, and this is the relay control valve. This is the servo meter, oil sump, gear pump. So these are some components of this governing mechanism. Now we will discuss about the working of this mechanism. So when load on turbine decrease, so when load on turbine increase, so the speed of turbine it will increase, and due to speed of turbine increase, the sleeve it moves upward. In this diagram, the solid arrow that shows the case of load on turbine decrease and speed of turbine increase. So it moves upward, then the fly ball of the governor, these are moves upward, and due to this upward movement of fly ball, the main lever of bell crank lever that moves upward. When it moves upward, then the piston of the control valve that moves downward, and due to its upward movement, the part of this crank lever that is also moves downward. When it moves downward, then deflector moves anti-clockwise. When this deflector moves anti-clockwise, it deflects the jet and discharge to the tail race. And when it moves downward, due to this downward movement of this piston, the port 3 that is connected with port 4, and port 1 is connected with port 5. So here what will happen? With the help of gear pump from the oil sump, oil is sucked towards port A, and it moves through port 5, and it comes to the back of piston, and it moves this piston to the forward direction. So when this gets the forward direction, then the oil stored here, it moves up and through port 4, and it passes through port 3 and come back to the oil sump. So when this piston moves in forward direction, then this spear that also moves forward, and due to this forward motion, it reduces the area of the nozzle at in front, and it also reduces the rate of flow or discharge. When it is moved forward, as we know, cam is connected with this particular rod, so it is also moves towards right, and roller moves down. When roller moves down, this part of the lever that moves up. When it moves up, it brings the deflector in its initial position. So this is the working when speed of the turbine increases. And the case number second, when load on turbine increase and speed of turbine runner decrease. So this is denoted by dotted arrow. So in that case, sleeve moves downward, the fly balls are moves downward, and in that case this is moves from upward to downward direction, then it lift up the piston. So in that case, when it lift up the piston, now the port 2 and 5 connected and port 1 and 4 is connected. So now the oil sump through the oil sump, gear pump sucked the oil and it moves from port 1 to port 4 and it hit the piston at this portion, and it moves the piston in backward direction, and oil from here it moves through port 5 then port 2 again to the oil sump. So when this piston moves backward direction, so in that case spear also moves backward and it also increases the area of the nozzle from this portion, and it also increases the rate of flow or discharge, and the large quantity of water that strikes to the turbine runner, and speed of the turbine runner is restored to the normal value. So today we learnt about the working of governing mechanism of the turbine. If you have any query, you can ask by commenting, and subscribe NUniverse 22. Thank you for watching.